My husband blamed me for giving birth to a girl. I was in the hospital bed, barely 2 hours after delivery, still shaking from the epidural, and Kevin walked back into the room after calling his parents. He didn't even look at our daughter sleeping in the bassinet. He just stood there by the window and said, "My dad's disappointed. We needed a boy." I thought he was joking. What? You know how important it is to carry on the family name. My brother only has daughters too. I told you this. He had mentioned wanting a son during pregnancy, but I figured it was just one of those passing comments. Not this. Kevin, I don't control that. You know that's not how it works, right? He shrugged. Well, it happened anyway. The nurse came in to check on me and immediately picked up on the tension. She looked at Kevin, then at me, then back at him. "Sir, you do know the father's genetics determine the baby's gender, right? Basic biology." Kevin's face went red. "I need some air." He left. That night, his mom called my phone 8 times. I finally answered at 11 p.m. She didn't even ask how I was doing. "Kevin says you're refusing to try for another baby right away. You need to give him a son." "I just gave birth 6 hours ago." "Well, the sooner you try again, the better. Girls are fine, but every family needs at least one boy." I hung up. When Kevin came back the next morning, he brought coffee for himself, nothing for me. He sat in the corner chair scrolling his phone while I fed our daughter. His sister texted me, "Heard the news. Sorry it wasn't a boy. Kevin must be crushed." I screenshot it and sent it to my mom. She called immediately. "Pack your things. I'm coming to get you when they discharge you." "Mom, I can't just leave." "Yes, you can. This is only going to get worse." She was right. At home, Kevin barely helped with the baby. When she cried at night, he'd put a pillow over his head. When I asked him to change a diaper, he said, "I would have helped more if it was a boy." His parents visited once, stayed for 20 minutes, didn't hold the baby, and left. 2 weeks later, Kevin's brother came over with his 3 daughters. The oldest was 7. She asked Kevin, "Do you love your baby?" He said, "Sure," without looking up from his phone. The little girl looked confused and walked away. That night, I was doing laundry at midnight because that's the only time I had, and I found a notebook in Kevin's gym bag. I opened it. He'd been tracking my cycle, writing down dates. There were notes like optimal time for boy conception and diet changes for male baby. He'd been planning this for months. Before our daughter was even born, he was already planning to replace her. I took pictures of every page. The next morning, I called a lawyer, filed for divorce that week. Kevin's response? "You're overreacting. I was just researching." His parents tried to guilt me into staying. His mom showed up at my apartment crying. "You're breaking up the family over nothing. He's just stressed about work." I showed her the notebook photos. She went quiet, then said, "Well, he does have a point about needing a son." I closed the door. At the custody hearing, my lawyer presented the notebook, the texts from Kevin's family, the hospital nurse's statement about his comments after delivery. The judge looked at Kevin like he'd grown a second head. "Mr. Wallace, do you understand basic reproductive science?" Kevin stammered something about family traditions. "That's not what I asked." I got primary custody. Kevin gets supervised visits every other weekend, which he skipped 4 times already. His parents sent one birthday card to their granddaughter with $20 inside. No phone calls.